10-year following the destructive 7.9 significance Sichuan quake that annihilated nearly 90,000 human beings in West China, Li remembers how it just took a few seconds for her lifetime to be modified ever. Her household was in Dujiangjian, one of the cities nearest to the epicenter of the tremble, that was so powerful it traction the land up by nearly 30 feet, 9 meters, in several places and inflicted tremors 925 miles, 1,500 kilometers, off in the China Equity Beijing. Following creature captured in the Kabul for more than rather than 10 several hours, Li lose both of her legs. The year with refuge T been typed to her. Now walk in orthopedic limbs, Li told her man leftward her due to her invalidity and she mind on end her lifetime. But she told the job of China voluntary and her household had helping her. Now she planned as a artist for tourists, assisted by a retirement of the China by the government. He's my lifetime altering spot, she told. But critics say the scope masks the profound scars the quake leftward on the area and its human beings. Photos of the website of the quake show not all the harm has been restored 10 years after. The day the land shook the quake affected in a hilly, comparatively in isolation area in West Sichuan, in lot of the lowest struck areas several hours driving of the Equity Chengdu. Time Li was in her household while the tremors began, lot of the area's youngest residents were yet in afternoon classes at schools. It came at a considerable time for China, fair weeks up the Beijing Spartakiada that were designed to demonstrate the nation's great walking out on the planet phase. The normally limiting by the government though permitted in overseas aid workers to help in the cleaning, a Gotan told may include had thing to do in the forthcoming Spartakiada. If they hadn't aimed it would include been a horrible ad for which was on to occur, he told. Crackdown but as questions were grown about the quality assurance of building at the Sichuan schools and the precision of the undergraduate die duty, the China by the government cracked downward sharply, provocative indignation. At a click meeting in March 2009, later Vice Governor of Sichuan Wei Post told in reply to questions on house quality assurance how by the government investigations had found the significance and rate of the quake was the largest essential reason to structure harm. Wei added the by the government understood the irate response of parents who had lose family in the quake. An survey by UNICEF in the months following the quake of all the high school buildings in Sichuan found how thousands would include to be remodeled or retrofitted. He was symptom of an era while all was departure mad for increase. Buildings were departure up leftward, order and center, it was acute complementary for all environmental, Tan told. Thou can never overlook 10 year after, Tan told the China by the government appears to include scientific several training session of the Sichuan quake. On to Tan, time down there was no question dangerous buildings were yet creature built in China. Regulation were now creature forced more than rigorously. I believe by the government was aware there was a potential hazardous time, he told. I believe they did believe the is the type of item how could include be really difficult and I believe with later they refuged he been so smug. On China's hard censored and policed web it is hard to speak precisely lot social wrath or appreciation surrounds by the government's processing of the Sichuan quake. But for Li Yingxia the quake and its ensuing consequences are yet really actual for her. She fair completed her recent surgical on her legs and yet has 3 steel pins in her person. This quake is thing you can never overlook, she told. I grew a lot of it. I'm substance how I'm live. Looking behind at how time, Li says fair one issue remnant, though I can understands why my man leftward me since of my invalidity, I can never know why he didn't trip me while I was in clinic.